Hey everyone, we're live today on Facebook as well as YouTube, and I want to bring to you some ideas of how to stay motivated to exercise in the summer. Now, I am streaming via StreamYard, so please just click the link in the post description to grant StreamYard access for me to see your comments, basically, so I can see who is commenting. If you're tuning in and dropping a comment. Otherwise, it will just say anonymous or something like that. So let's dive into it. I want to show you something really quick here. I'm just going to share my screen. Let me see here. Just bear with me. I want to pull something up to show you because I know summer can be extremely busy, and I get it. So let me pull this up. Okay. I hope you can all see this. This is my calendar for the month. And as you can tell, it is jam frickin' packed. And this doesn't even include everything on it because most of these days I'm working full time. Anything with the yellow stripe is a full 8 to 4 day. And then I've got other things amongst the day with my own appointments, with my kids, with pickup, with going out of town, with trainings, with live events, all the things. So there's a lot going on. So if your calendar looks like mine, then know that you're not alone. And I know that it doesn't necessarily leave a lot of time for fitting in fitness. I get it, right? And it doesn't give an extra bit of time for me. And although a lot of people might be tempted to just put me aside or put yourself aside for the summer, I don't. Okay, so if your schedule is as jam-packed as mine, then perhaps you can relate to it and you don't have to give up on your exercise routines either. So today I want to share with you three quick ideas that you can start doing now to keep up with your fitness so you can keep moving forward and not end up on the barbecue back burner of priorities this summer. Yourself and your own self-care should be at the forefront, especially if you're extremely busy this summer, to help prevent burnout. Too many people wander through summer in a complete haze, like minute to minute, amongst all the fun and adventures that lie ahead, and they can lose total control of themselves and their self-care and their self-priorities. With that, then they can land in September feeling really quite disgusting, stressed, overwhelmed, similar to how a lot of people feel come January. That's why September is often called, September is the new January, but it doesn't have to be like that. We don't have to flow that way with having these moments of great momentum and motivation and seeing results. And then as soon as we see a great result, has this ever happened to you? Then you just kind of slack off a little bit and let it go. I deal a lot with this, with the patients that I work with. I work with heart failure patients, and we get them on a great path of self-management of their symptoms. And what happens sometimes is they are seeing results. They're not struggling. They're living a high quality of life. And then they feel so good that they're like, oh, I'm just going to slack off over here. I'm going to eat a little more salt. I'm going to stop weighing myself. I'm going to drink more fluids. Or what also can happen is they stop taking their medications that's helping to support their heart and gaining some strength back. So that's just a bit of a parallel, because the same we can apply to fitness. So when we're on a good path, we're having momentum, we're seeing results, we're feeling light and lean and energetic and confident in our bodies, then what can then happen is we start to loosen the ropes, especially in the summer when our routines kind of fall by the wayside. We're going on holidays, we're camping, we're at the beach, we're at the lake. The first thing to usually go is what is sustaining us in our results to seeing us to our goals. And a lot of the time, the first thing to go is exercise, because if you don't really like or love exercise, then it's usually the first thing to fall off the plate. So, I want to dive in a little bit about how you can stay on track with your exercise this summer, even if you have like very little time. So, when you're off on vacation, one thing you can do is if you're out at the beach or at the lake, it's a perfect way to spend a summer day, but it's also a great opportunity to get in some fun and motivating exercise. So, take a walk by the water. So, if you're by a lake, maybe walk along the shoreline. It gives you a little bit of extra resistance as you're walking. Or if you've done that along the ocean side, just walking through the sand is a little bit of extra resistance. And if you put your feet at ankle depth in the water, then you're having to push through a little bit more. So it's working the body, but it might not feel that way, but it is. You can also play or run in the waves. I did this with my kids last week, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And it's a great way to tap into your inner child and your inner play. Hop through the waves or try and swim under them. And the pure joy on the kids' faces is just completely worth it. Now, along with that is if you're into paddle boarding, you can hop on a paddle board. And if if it's a little bit of a choppy day out on the lake, then that's added core work, right? You may have also seen people doing yoga on paddle boards, or maybe you have too. That is an awesome way to get in some activity in a super fun way. Other ways at the beach is you could play volleyball in the sand. Again, in the sand, you're having to drive a little deeper and work against a little bit more resistance than if you were just playing on the grass. Or kick a ball around, you see lots of people playing hacky sack, or they have those like big long tight ropes attached to trees and they're walking along it. I'm always so inspired by seeing people practice in that way. Like, what a great agility, coordination, balance type of movement to do when you're in a park or at the beach. What else? You'll be having so much fun that you won't even realize that you are actually burning calories. But the whole action item is to get up and move. So don't sit your butt in your beach chair the entire time. Oftentimes when I'm out in the lake or in a pool, I end up getting so hungry afterwards. And again, it might not feel like you're doing much because you're having fun with it. Just let yourself go and have fun. And your hunger cues afterwards will remind you that, oh yeah, I was actually burning calories with these activities through the day. So that's the first one. There's so much that you can do at a park or at a beach. And I know it seems simple, but really it is. The next thing, so if you're on time off or you're on vacation with nice weather, a hike can be a really great thing out in the mountains or in the woods, can be a great way to get in some exercise. Bring the family along, bring a pet along, or just go by yourself and have some personal connection and reflection time with you. You can look online. This is a great way to do it. Look online, kind of search out some great hiking areas within your area, or make a day trip or maybe a weekend trip out of it. Find some hiking trails in a nearby area, or maybe a few hours away that you want to go venture to, and just explore a different terrain. Being out hiking is one of my most favorite ways to connect with me, where you're away, you're disconnected from the everyday world. And it is a very special way. And I know a lot of people who do hike already know this, and can vouch that there's just nothing that beats a really great hike. So getting out, and also the hills, like if you're hiking hills, man, if you've got a backpack on your back, you are sweating and it counts. That is a workout. That is a workout in itself. So great way just to utilize enjoying the summer, but also getting active. Okay, now not all of us get to be out on the beach or up in the trails all summer. Some of us have to work, and I am one of those people where I'm actually working more this summer than I normally do. So it's even more important for me to find that time, and maybe important for you to find that time to get in fitness. So some of my favorite ways to do that amongst a busy, packed work schedule is, number one, I look at my calendar and I can anticipate, okay, this is going to be a really busy week. And then I kind of hone things back. Okay, maybe getting a 30-minute workout in isn't going to be achievable. So I strip it back to the bare minimum, which might look like 10 minutes of activity. So whether that's in the morning before I get up. Hi, sweetie. Okay. Before we get up, or I'll get a 10-minute workout in, but when I get up, or maybe it looks like, oops. Okay. I'll be right with you. Okay. Bye-bye. Can you go ask Dad? No. Go ask Dad. No, honey. No. Life with kids. Okay, let me get back to that. So either getting up and doing a 10-minute workout in the morning, which might mean you get up 10 minutes earlier, or maybe it looks like doing a 10-minute workout before you leave the office. I've done that before. If you have an office space that you can get changed in and pump out a quick body weight workout before you leave the office, if you know you're going to get distracted when you get home, then do it. Right? And if you don't have an office or a private space at work where you can do that after work or on a lunch break, then take it outside. Go for a walk. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm at work. Luckily, one of the big benefits of working at the hospital in Kelowna is we have the most beautiful walking path right outside the hospital doors, right along the pathway by the water, amongst all these beautiful heritage homes and big mansions and beautiful blossoming trees. And it is just so rejuvenating. So even if you take that half an hour on your lunch break, get out for a walk, whether it's by yourself, maybe you invite a coworker along, or you could even go for a walking meeting. If you have a meeting scheduled, maybe suggest, hey, can we take this outside today and talk while we walk? So that's still getting your activity in, right? So lots of agile ways to do it, even if you're working. I get it. I play that game too. So, and if exercise doesn't excite you, then the number one tip is to make it really fun, right? We're all about having fun, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So those are my tips for you today. I also will link to you a couple of 10-minute body weight workouts that you can do on my YouTube channel just to get you started if you need some ideas, or make up your own, or go find another workout. But I've got a couple to get you started. So check the comments. I'll post them after this stream is finished. And I want to know as well, comment below with what your favorite thing to do to keep yourself motivated and consistent with your exercise through the summer. The hardest step is 0 to 1. I say it all the time. So if you're doing a video, the hardest part is going to be just strapping on your shoes and pushing play. If you've gotten that far, then you might as well consider it as good as done. Okay, so check out those videos. I'll post in the comments, and drop me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite way to stay consistent is with your fitness through the summer. Don't let it fall off track. You work too hard throughout the year to get to this point. And if you're at this point and you hadn't had a reset or a restart in January, then we're over midway through the year. This is a perfect time to start. All right, I am needed elsewhere right now. We're getting ready to go to the beach. So take care, and can't wait to see your comments below. Bye. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.